Hey there, Storm fans. Bryant Cook. Today we're playing a really sweet brew, and it's all thanks to Sean Dignan, who's a Combo Cabal member of this YouTube channel. That tier gets a free donation deck every single month. Sean's actually cashed his in already. And one of the perks of being in the Combo Cabal tiers, you get all the perks from the other tiers as well. So that means that this donation deck is actually 50% off. It's just one of the many perks of being a part of that tier. So Sean, thank you for your continued support for over a year now. I really do appreciate it. And while the deck list in front of us is actually from Tony Scaponi, who 5-0'd with this deck list, the main idea here is that we're looking to abuse a Bolas' Citadel. And if you're unfamiliar, this is a 6 mana, if I can get the hover dabber work here, a 6 mana artifact, 3 and 3 black for a legendary artifact. You can look at the top card of your deck at any point, and you can cast that card using your life total. That's pretty much the gist of it. And then you can you can sacrifice 10 permanents and each opponent loses 10 life. That part's almost flavor text, but hey, it could matter, right? It's theoretically possible. So, okay, we have one Bolas Citadel. This card is hard to cast. It's 6 mana. It's an artifact, so you have to worry about Force of Vigor. Well, why play this, right? Well, when you play something like Goblin Welder, you can actually cheat it into play for very little mana, which makes it very enticing. So we have this 1 mana 1/1 Red Goblin from Urza's Legacy that exchanges an artifact on the battlefield for an artifact in the graveyard. So when you run things like Entomb, for example, you play Welder on turn 1, Entomb on turn 2, and then all of a sudden you have one of the most powerful cards in Vintage in play in Legacy. That's pretty interesting. Alongside that, we have Echo of Aeons, which is also pretty good with Entomb, and then our classic Storm cards like Tundras of Agony, Burning Wish, Wishclaw Talisman, Infernal Tutor, a card that, I mean, people want, Ban and Pauper, Experimental Synthesizer. This deck's just full of great cards, and probably, arguably, the best card in Legacy right now, Urza Saga as well. So there's a lot of things to love about this deck list. And then in the sideboard, we have the Helm of Obedience package that you might have seen in Black Saga Storm previously. We have some sweet Burning Wish targets like Tundras of Agony, Peer into the Abyss. You might be familiar with this if you watch any of my The Epic Storm videos. Biforce, Slaughter Games, I don't know about that one, but we'll see if it comes up today. And then Fatal Push for Collector Roof and things like that. So this deck list is super sweet. Shoutouts to Tony Scaponi and Sean Dignan. Once again, thank you for the donation deck. I really do appreciate it. If you have any thoughts, comments, questions, suggestions, whatever, put those down below. I'll do my best to answer those, but maybe Sean or Tony will hop in as well. Alright, so that's what I've got. Hopefully you enjoyed this deck tech. I'm going to hop on into the first match. Don't go anywhere. I'm sure you're going to love the rest of this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can also show your support by becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks such as badges, emotes, early access to videos, exclusive members only content, and access to our members Discord section. As you increase the tiers, there are other rewards such as shop discounts, sideboard guides, and even free donation decks. Click the join button down below to find out more. We also have other ways you can support us, like theepicstorm.com/shop or submitting a donation deck via theepicstorm.com/donation decks. That's enough for now. Let's play some Magic. Welcome to the first match. We're on the draw and we've opened up a really powerful hand. We're going to keep this. We have Dark Ritual, Entomb for Echo of Aeons. We can put a Wishclaw Talisman into play. There's a lot of things to like here. Our opponent has actually revealed a Yorion, so I think that you can make the assumption that they're on Death and Taxes. Alright, so we'll play a Lotus Petal. Sacrifice that Lotus Petal for a Dark Ritual. Play Lion's Eye Diamond. Okay, so we could take the guaranteed empty the warrants against Death and Taxes, but I kind of want to Echo, but that might be crazy. It'd be 10 goblins. I could rotate the Wishclaw for a Rite of Flame, but that doesn't actually do anything. I could get another diamond, which increases the storm count, but doesn't do a whole lot. I'll Entomb. Grab the Echo. We'll play Wishclaw Talisman. And then we'll spin the wheel on Echo of Aeons. Okay, Storm is 6, 1 black mana floating. Ding, ding, ding. We've done it. Okay. Lotus Petal. Mox Opal. 10 drills. I guess I could Cabal Therapy or even Thoughtseize. Yeah, let's cast that. It looks like Death and Taxes cards. Okay. 10 Drills of Agony. We've done it. Look at us now. Sweet. Now we're headed on to game number 2. Casual turn 1 win, no big deal. Let's swap this over to card view. It's what I prefer. Okay. So, Death and Taxes, we likely want these fatal pushes. Feed the Swarm. I don't know if you're supposed to board that in or not, because you need something to answer Deafening Silence, but maybe it's better to have more options in the sideboard. For Burning Wish, I'm definitely bringing the Haywire Might. I don't love Defense Grid. I think that you can just keep in some of your discard spells in order to beat Mindbreak Trap and things like that. I mean, that's a pretty clean swap as well. We're at 60 cards. Submit. Game number 2. We've opened up another great hand. Keep. We are a little bit short on mana, so we have 3 mana right now, which is not enough to cast. Well, we don't have an Ad Nauseam, so that's not in the cards here. Grafdigger's Cage, that's fine. Fatal Push, okay. Let's try a Thoughtseize. This will bring us to 18. Surgical, Rest in Peace. They already have the graveyard on block with this Grafdigger's Cage. Let's just take away their clock. I do have a Fatal Push, but I prefer to save this in case they top deck something like Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, or whatever. And number 2 into a Rest in Peace. You've got it. Goodbye, Graveyard. Draw. Great Furnace. Okay, I love that. Let's cast this Infernal Tutor, which we're allowed to play now because our opponent played Rest in Peace. So, previously I wasn't allowed to make this play because they have Surgical Extraction in their hand. That Surgical is now a dead card, so I don't have to worry about that. We'll draw. So I can play the Saga here, but if I do, I don't get a land drop post Bolas' Citadel. So, a little bit of give and take here. Do I want to play the land? I think I'm going to choose no. Alternatively, if I do play the land, I would have Infernal Tutor off of the Saga in the Badlands, and then 8 open mana. That's 1 mana short of Peer into the Abyss. Storm is 3 though, and I'm pretty sure there's an empty in the sideboard. Let's check that out. There's not an empty in the sideboard. Okay, so that was never a line I had options towards in game number 1. My bad. Okay, so let's not play a land. I'm going to choose to cast Infernal Tutor. We'll sacrifice a pair of Lion's Eye Diamonds. Infernal Tutor is on the stack, Storm 4. We will grab Bolas' Citadel from 18 life. Cast it. There's an Urza Saga. Burning Wish. Full priority on this one. Oh! The Cage! I forgot about that. My bad. I forgot that Grafdigger's Cage affects Bolas' Citadel. Okay. That was actually a little awkward. Maybe I was supposed to set up for a Peer to the Abyss line instead. And our opponent concedes anyway. I'll take it. We are 1-0. Beat Death and Taxes. I mean, they had a Grafdigger's Cage and Rest in Peace was not good enough. We didn't get to play Goblin Welder, but that's okay. Goblin Welder can wait until match 2. Alright, well, hopefully you enjoyed this one. Match 2 coming up in just a second. Welcome back, Moxfield. Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. They support over 30 formats, including Legacy and many other Eternal formats. There are so many options to view decks the way that you want, from text view to individual cards, mana value, and even card price. There's also light mode and dark mode. My personal favorite feature is card tags. This way you can sort cards by function. Moxfield supports collection tracking, Scryfall search, decklist feedback, and so much more. Follow me on Moxfield.com so you can stay updated on all of my decks. We are running hot. Keep. I love it. All right. Our best draw is probably Mox Opal, Blooded Strand, another Diamond. I'm going to play out the Badlands. Prismatic Vista, okay. Basic Island, Plains, Stoneforge Mystic, sure. Uldra Complete. There's an artifact. I have a better artifact. Alright, we're going to play Urza Saga. That will trigger Lion's Eye Diamond. Lion's Eye Diamond. And it might seem silly to play all this stuff out, but if our opponent has a Daze, I want to be able to pay for Daze and put the defense grid onto the battlefield. So, hopefully this resolves. They force it. That's not cool. Pitching a Teferi Time Raveler. Well, I'm going to discard my hand. We'll add 3 blue, 3 black, and 3 red. And that wheel. Using all my blue. We don't have any blue in the deck, so you're free to just use up all of it. That resolved. Okay. Synthesizer. Triggers. Can't use that. Let's sacrifice the synthesizer. And I will get a 2/2 Samurai token into an artifact land. That was not very good for the home team. I'll play a Goblin Welder. We are forced to pass the turn. They drew another equipment? That's illegal. Come on. You drew your 1 of Cauldra after an Echo? I think that's just cheating. That's mathematically impossible. Alright, we'll take 5. Saga will go up to 2. We drew an Opal. Alright, play Great Furnace. Lion's a Diamond. Lion's a Diamond. Mox Opal. Let's make a red. And we'll exchange the Opal for the experimental synthesizer. Triggers for another welder. I think I'm into that. They're going to Force of Will the second Goblin Welder. Okay. Good deal. Attack for 2, because I am the beatdown. And now we'll pass the turn. They have 6 cards in hand. Ponder. We would like our Goblin Welder to live here if possible. They did not shuffle. I don't like that for the home team. There goes my Goblin Welder. Fortunate. So they're going to attack with the Cauldra Complete Germ token. We'll take 5. We go down to 10 life. And then on their end step, we will create a Construct token. Aya. Currently a 5/5. Pretty big. We'll draw for turn. Infernal Tutor is a good one. Let's make another Construct, though. Interesting. They're going to fetch in response. Maybe they're afraid that I get Needle? Definitely not getting Needle, though. We'll grab a Mishra's Bauble. Go to combat. Wing for 9. I am the beatdown. Hear me roar. Okay, and now post-combat, we're going to play Marsh Flats Activate it, going down to 9 life. We'll grab a basic Swamp. Dark Ritual. Storm is 1. Infernal Tutor. Hold priority will add black, red. Infernal Tutor is on the stack. Force of Negation. Person in their counter magic. I don't love it. Okay. Let's sacrifice the synthesizer. Something good, please. Well, I definitely get a Samurai token. They can't stop me from that. And we got a replacement artifact for our constructs. So they're still 5/5s. We'll pass. Our opponent has 3 cards in hand at 11 life. Ponder. They shuffled. That's a good sign. Do they attack here? I don't think so. Yeah. Okay. So on their end step, we'll bobble. Brainstorm. So that could fix whatever's stuck in their hand at the moment. Draw off the bobble. Badlands. Urza Saga. Okay, that was a good one. So I could swing out and they would take 8 down to 3. That's probably worth it. I'd lose 1 construct, but it doesn't matter if these were 6/6s. It would still die to the germ token. So I believe that this attack is worthwhile. They have another brainstorm, so they're brainstorming into brainstorm. We have not seen a Swords to Plowshares yet, so there's a reasonable chance that they would find one by now. 33% of the way through their deck at 40 cards. There's the swords. Okay. So they'll take 4 here down to 7. Okay. Our opponent chooses not to fetch away that top card. And now they do. They're at 6 life. They have 2 of each color. Jace the Mind Sculptor. And they brainstorm again. No attack makes sense. Wishclaw Talisman. I don't hate that. Play it. If this resolves, we could look at maybe grabbing Tundras of Agony next turn. Alright, 3 cards plus a Jace Brainstorm. Here they go. 6 cards in hand, 2 go back on top. Blooded Strand, so maybe they're looking to go down to 5 life. On their end step, we will make a construct. 4/4, untap, take a draw. Burning Wish. Make another construct. Grab a Lion's Eye Diamond. I'm actually a mana short of Burning Wish, sacrifice Diamond for black, and then also have Wishclaw for the main deck Tendrils. I'm just short of that. So I can attack out and put them to 1, assuming that they don't have another Swords. I think that's probably fine here. Okay. Let me look at the sideboard really quick. I mean, I do have the tendrils. It's just that I'm short of making use out of the main deck Wish Claw. I have 3 cards. I think I'm just going to pass. I think it's reckless to play the Burning Wish. Samurai tokens, though. Definitely getting my money's worth out of those. Another Brainstorm. Basic Island is their land for turn. 3 cards still in hand. They unsummon my Construct token. Prismatic Ending another. They have 2 cards in hand now. Back to basics. I did intentionally play around that as much as I could by searching out the basic swamp. That was no accident. Right, they have 1 card. Storm 1. Lotus Petal. Sacrifice a Lotus Petal. We will put Burning Wish on the stack. Sacrifice Lion's Eye Diamond for triple block. Yes. We will grab that Tendrils of Agony out of the sideboard. Activate a Wishclaw Talisman. Go grab a Thoughtseize. So if for some reason they had a main deck Flusterstorm, we do not lose to that card. Boom! Your Spell Pierce is useless. And now I show you 4 Drills of Agony. Sweet. That was game number 1. That felt like a whole match, but that was actually only the first game. My. What to do? I don't think I hate the Haywire Might. I think that would actually be a pretty reasonable card to bring in. Maybe shave. Oh, I didn't realize that there was only 1 Burning Wish. Okay, I thought there was 2. Let's board out 1 Mishra's Bauble. Let's try that. Game number 2 on the draw. This hand is not good enough, unfortunately. We'll send that one back. Okay. The hand. Supposed to keep this? Bottom the synthesizer, I think? Not really sure on that one. Basic Island. They're passing. Okay. Goblin Welder. Spell Pierce that. Well, they're at least going to brainstorm and see if they can find an answer. And the Welder resolves. I could try to Infernal Tutor right here. This would be enough to put Citadel onto the table. No Flusterstorm or anything. Maybe I'm supposed to go? Okay, here goes nothing. 6 mana. Storm 7. And it resolves. Wow. So if I go Burning Wish Tendrils, it's only 9. I think I'm supposed to just slam the Citadel. Okay. For meat. It's on the table. Can't take that away. The Brick House. Prismatic Vista. Basic Plains into Stoneforge. I was fearing that I said you can't take that away. Then I was like, what if our opponent is like a 2017 gamer with Disenchant in their deck? And I started to panic a little. Thankfully not the case, at least not right now. Defense Grid. Let's go down to 18 life. Great Furnace. Wishclaw Talisman. That was a terrific reveal. Okay, so I have this Saga in my hand that I can't get rid of. But what I can do is exchange the Lion's Eye Diamond. And now we'll hold priority, cast this Infernal Tutor. In response, let's add triple black. What's the card to grab here? Is it just the Tendrils? Storm's only 3. Maybe another Wishclaw, because that way it gives me shuffle effects. Play a Lotus Petal. Mox Opal. Lion's Eye Diamond? Hello. Cast an Entomb. We'll put Echo Veons in the graveyard. Mishra's Bauble. Play the Wishclaw. Add triple black. Activate the Wishclaw Talisman, and now go grab Tendrils of Agony, and this ball game is over. Okay. Cast it. Game 2 is much easier than game number 1. That was a sweet one. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Wow, we're 2-0 with this really sweet Rakdos Citadel deck. Well, Goblin Welder looked pretty good here. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Let's go win match number 3. Stay tuned. Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Token Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $14.99. This combo token pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens. That includes our classic Storm and mana tokens, as well as fan favorites such as Goblins, Squirrels, and Slime Time Live. But that's not all. We've expanded this token pack to cover a variety of formats with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game. Alright, we're back for match number 3 and we are still running hot. We've opened up a terrific hand. Let's see if it's good enough in this matchup. Alright, our opponent's also kept 7. Basic Island, not a fan. Why can't our opponent just do something lame? Alright, so Lotus Petal. Let's sacrifice that Lotus Petal for a Cabal Therapy. Brainstorm. And we hit! Boom! Okay, Lotus Petal. Let's play that Goblin Welder. Weldon! When I first started playing Magic, Invasion had just come out. And Goblin Welder was by far the best creature in Magic. Like, people didn't think that they would ever print a card better than Goblin Welder. And, it's kind of funny if you look back and how the times have changed. Alright, let's spin that wheel. That is a 10 Drills of Agony. Let's play the Great Furnace. Mox Opal. Play another Mox Opal. And 10 Drills of Agony. We can only get to 10 spells here. So a Force of Will would put our opponent to 1 life, and a Spell Pierce would put them to 2. Alright, they said hashtag not dead yet in the chat, so they're going to 1 life. 1 life means that they can't use another Force of Will, no fetch lands, and there's a chance, just a chance, we get to attack for lethal with a Goblin Welder. Okay. Ponder. Our opponent is looking for White Source removal spell here. These cards are no longer in their hand because we shuffled them away with Echo of Aeons. Volcanic Island. Ponder. Are we going to... Holy moly, we're allowed to attack for lethal with Goblin Welder. Get in there! Yes! Hiya! Sweet. That was awesome. Attack for lethal with Goblin Welder was not on my checklist for this video today. This has been a good one so far. Alright, another blue control deck. Bring in Haywire Might, board out 1 Bobble. That seems fine to me. Game number 2. So we've opened up Defense Grid, we have Lotus Petal. The problem is we're missing a land, but maybe I'm allowed to get away with that if I have Petal into Synthesizer. I think I'm talking myself into keeping this. Blooded Strand, pass. Welder, okay. Come on, Synthesizer, hit a... I want a Badlands here. It resolves. Ask and you shall receive. Love it. Weldon. And the Welder resolves. Let's go. Tropical Island into Brainstorm. Lion's Eye Diamond, I believe, is our best draw here. Draw step. Thoughtseize. I could target myself. I think that's the move. Thoughtseize myself. Guard. The Brick House. Bring back Citadel. Our opponent said have fun. Okay, we'll play the one that's on top of our deck. The one of Burning Wish is the next card. Let's cast it. We have another land on top. Yes. I don't think there's anything we can get to change the top card of our deck here. So I think what I'll do is I'll grab a Feed the Swarm, just so that way I can blow up a Deafening Silence or something else that might be stopping us. I could play on an Opal here, but it doesn't actually help me at all. So I think I'm going to pass because we don't have Metalcraft. We only have the 1 of Artifact. Opal would be 2. And they grab a Savannah. Volcanic Island. 3 mana for an Uro. I don't care about that card. Get out of here with your fair magic. You came into Bolas's house and you're trying to bring in this thing? This is not on the power level of Bolas's Citadel, clearly. Alright, Saga goes up to 2. I hope everyone knows, like, this is just banter. Like, Uro's obviously a very powerful card. I'm just being jovial. Alright, trigger. We'll exile that land from the top of our deck and we'll play a Great Furnace. Defense Grid down to 13 life. Ooh, Wish Claw on top. That's good. And there's the tendrils. I don't want to use this yet. I mean, if I use this, I have to echo. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap synthesizers. Instead, this way I can exile the tendrils and cast it later. We'll go to 10. Play an Opal, Storm 5. We'll Entomb. Grab the Echo. Storm is 6. Tap for a blue. Play an Opal. Play a Wish Claw. Tap the Saga for a colorless, and let's Echo. Storm is 9. And this has everything we need from here. Dark Ritual. Play another. We'll go to 7, play another Defense Grid. Okay. We could actually use the Bolas' Citadel ability to make them lose life here as well. I mean, I don't think you should, but it's a play you could make. And that is a Tendrils of Agony. We are 3-0-6-0 right now. How crazy is that? Wow, just unbelievable. I mean, this deck is certainly running hot right now. Awesome. Whew. All right, let's go win match number 4. Stay tuned. The Command Tower software by Eminence Gaming is perfect for hosting your own Magic events with features such as easy-to-create event registration for 4-player and one-on-one Swiss-based games. Event management has never been so simple, and it's done on the web, no downloads are required. You can sign up for $5 by visiting eminence.events/subscribe. Match 4, we're facing Ethan Formula Chea, the Doomsday Expert. It's gonna be tough. This Tendrils is already a mulligan. I mean, Thoughtseize is really good against Doomsday. I'm going to keep it, but I kind of don't want to. I feel like we have to get pretty lucky in order to win this. And there goes the Street Wraith. Blue to Delta. Mishra's Bauble. They're looking at their own top card. Lotus Petal. Passing the turn, so they're going to draw off Mishra's Bauble here. Dark Ritual is a huge draw. Cast it. Is this where we, like, Jedi mind trick Ethan? You will let the Dark Ritual resolve. Come on, Ethan. It's just a harmless little Dark Ritual. Harmless. Nothing bad has ever happened to anyone who's let this... Ooh. 3 cards in hand. And it looks like Ethan has Doomsday with 2 cards left. I'm not loving this. Yep. So Ethan's going to go to 8. I'm very far away from this Dark Ritual being relevant. I'm sorry, from this Tendrils being relevant. I said Dark Ritual, it's just the wrong card name. We draw a Lion's Eye Diamond, we can maybe Echo. Nope, we're a card, they have one too many cards for an Echo in too. Yeah, I don't know how we could possibly get out of this. Okay. Draw. Another Infernal Tutor was not it. Thoughtseize. We're just dead. Alright, so this also means that Ethan probably set up double force. So Ethan had a turn 1 force fall by turn 2 force because Ethan could cycle into another blue card here. But we just didn't have the resources in. So I'm going to concede. We've lost our first game of the league. Alright, so no perfect league, but 5-0 Dream is still alive. I think we're supposed to just resubmit. On the play for the next one. Let's see if we can come back against Doomsday. This hand is pretty good. We'll keep it. Okay. Play the Badlands and Goblin Welder. Lion's Eye Diamond. Mishra's Bauble. Mox Opal. Pass the turn. Bobble them in the upkeep. Boss's Oracle. Okay. Cycle Street Wraith down to 18 life. Into Ponder. And they did not shuffle on the Ponder. So on our turn, we're going to draw a card off the Mishra's Bauble and then draw a card for turn. Okay, so they're at 15 now. They've decided to play a Lotus Petal. Goblin Welder again. Synthesizer. Let's start by playing the Synth, which will give us Metalcraft. That resolves. Another Lion's Eye Diamond. I like to see that. We're going to weld up the Synthesizer for the Bauble. Triggers. Another Bauble. Okay. Play the Welder. And we just have to hope that Ethan doesn't win the game here. And the upkeep will use the first Mishra's Bauble. The rest. So we're likely going to lose the Infernal Tutor. Is this a Doomsday? It is. Okay. You have the win here. We know that there's an Oracle in hand, as well as a Duress. They're at 7. Let's look at their top card. Free Wraith. Alright, so this is our shot, our one opportunity to give it everything we've got, or some Eminem meme. I don't know. But I would really like to win this. Okay. Defense grid. Drawing the tendrils here was actually very awkward. Let's play the grid. Force of negation pitching flusters. Okay. Let's try and entomb. Put the Citadel. And now we'll swap the Opal for Citadel. Land for turn. Okay. Well, we'll play a Wishclaw. Thoughtseize. Take the Oracle. Whew, I feel like we got away with one there. Okay. Game 3. We're still live. We can do this. Whoops. Accidentally muted for the first turn cycle. Okay, so Ethan, it's game 3. We're facing Ethan Formula Chat on Doomsday. And Ethan let off on Flooded Strand, Thoughtseize, took our Goblin Welder. We just ripped another one off the top. How crazy is that? Alright, so I'm going to play around Daze here. I'm going to play out the other copy of Lotus Petal. A little bit nervous right now. Game is within reach. It's not impossible, but we need to get a little bit lucky with some draws. And Ethan's top card is Doomsday. That is not good for us. Oh, that is not good. Ethan digging. Ethan needs an extra mana this turn, so Cabal Ritual, Dark Ritual, Lotus Petal, something to put Doomsday on the stack. A Ponder. Okay. Ethan plays Polluted Delta, passes the turn. We draw off Mishra's Bauble. It's a Wishclaw Talisman, that's not bad. Badland. We'll play a defense grid. Force of negation, pitching Force of negation. I think I'm going to attack with the Welder because I need my mana. And I don't plan on swapping a Vault of Whispers with a Mishra's Bauble. Alright, so Ethan's going to wait on the Doomsday. That's interesting. 3 cards. Urza Saga. Am I allowed to have a Wishclaw Talisman? 3 mana here. Is this a hardcast Force of negation? It is. Alright, well now I'm pressured to go get a Bauble. We need to get pretty lucky. We know that one of Ethan's last 2 cards in hand is Doomsday. That's Dark Ritual. So if the last card is a draw spell, we're dead. Ethan had the choice to play Doomsday last turn and didn't. And didn't Dark Ritual here. Ethan will go to 6 life. Okay. We have 2 draws here. We need them to be good. First draw. Not it. And Dark Ritual is not going to be good enough either. That's disappointing. We'll just pass the turn. If I could have drawn another Wishclaw Talisman or Entomb, we had a bunch of cards there and we just missed. Down to 4. And that's a Thassa's Oracle. Ethan got us. We're 3-1. 1 match left. Let's just finish strong. Let's get a 4-1. That would make me pretty happy. Stick around. Find out if that happens in match number 5. With Card Hoarder, renting your favorite combo deck has never been easier. There isn't a more affordable solution for Magic Online. Want to play the deck in this video? Check out the pinned comment below to easily rent the deck from Card Hoarder. Did you know you can rent the Epic Storm from Card Hoarder for as little as 7 tickets a week? We've made it simple to do so by including a button to rent the entire deck at theepicstorm.com/decklist. 5th and final round, we're on the play versus Urza Insane, who plays the classic Urza Echo deck. And I'm talking about the one that actually has Urzas and Karns and Narsets, all that stuff, the older version of 8-cast, essentially. And here we've opened up a lot of defense grids, but I don't think that this hand is actually good enough. We're going to send that back. Okay. I don't think this actually cuts it either. Like, what does this hand do? Our opponent has kept 7. We're going to go to 5. This is better than anything we've seen so far, so we'll keep this. Synthesizer goes on the bottom. And then we'll bottom the land as well. So, unfortunately, we can put a Citadel on the stack. We actually have enough mana for that. My bad. I said unfortunately, but we do. Okay, so we're hoping our opponent doesn't have the Force of Will. This deck doesn't have Force of Negation, or at least most of those older lists don't. So we're hoping that we have the 60% favorite here. Infernal Tutor will add black and red. Firm count is 5. Tutor on the stack. It resolves. Okay. Bolas' Citadel. Here's a brick house. Firm is 6. It resolves. Dark Ritual. Love that. Wishclaw. Oh my. Burning Wish. Yes. Tendrils of Agony. Land for turn. Mishra's Bauble. A mold of 5 turn 1 win. Yes, I love it. Alright, so you could board in Leyline versus them, but I don't think that's actually good just to shut off their echoes. I think that's like the wrong way to attack the matchup. We do want the Haywire Might. And board out 1 Mishra's Bauble. Game 2, I think I'll keep this. We need a Goblin Welder. Ancient Tomb. Chalice of the Void. I no longer need a Goblin Welder. That's a bummer. Pass. And Karn the Great Creator. Chalice of the Void on 2. Okay. Pass the turn. Am I supposed to play these out? I'm not sure. They have an Otawara. Another Chalice of the Void on 2. You've got it. If I could just draw an Urza Saga, that'd be beautiful. Boom! Love it. Okay. Here we go. That was a lovely top deck. Magic is a skill game. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. When it has 4 cards in hand, triple Chalice of the Void. Oh, I can't activate the Saga yet. Undo. Ridiculous. I should be allowed. We drew another Saga? Okay. I'm here for that. That's a Hull Breacher. They're at 8 life. They have their owners of Saga now. Do you have a wheel? Okay, the answer would appear to be no. On their end step, we'll create a construct. We drew an Opal, which is pretty good. So let's... I think I want to tap... Like, I'm not going to activate this one, I don't think. We'll grab Haywire Might. Mox Opal. And now we'll attack for 7. So if they don't block, they go to 1. Perfect. And now I will exile the Chalice of the Void on 1. Thought sees you. Take the Urza. And then let's play a Synthesizer. Triggers. Play a Badlands. Pass the turn. They drew the extra blue source, so they can hardcast Echo here, but they would need a miracle draw 7. Are they reconsidering just blocking with their construct? Okay, they're spinning the wheel. I have nothing to do at this point. It's up to them, and they concede. We got the 4-1. Sweet. Let's open up these chests, see if we get anything good. Open all. It looks like the answer is no. Maybe the Sharkin is worth something. Emergent Woodworm. I have no idea. Some Liliana from Core 2019. It's definitely not worth anything. Okay, well, I do appreciate you watching. I would like to thank Sean Dignan for the 2nd donation deck this month. Once again, Sean, you're really the best. Thank you for your continued support overall this time. And thanks to Tony Scaponi for the really sweet deck. I don't really have any feedback on the deck list itself. It seemed very powerful to me. If you're looking for a sweet deck to play through a league, I would highly recommend this Rakdos Goblin Welder combo deck. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and have a great day. Keep storming. Hey, Bryant Cook here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, but also follow the social media channels down below. If you want to support this content directly, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/shop. And if you need a little bit of assistance with the Epic Storm to get to that next level, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/tutoring. Don't worry, there's more great content coming right up.